Becky, do you have a moment?
Hi, Wendy. I'm at work right now. Could this possibly wait until later?
What? You have a job?
Well, yeah, were you not aware?
I had no idea.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm working now.
Why didn't you say so when you moved into the employee apartment building last month?
I'm pretty sure I did. But like I said, I'm kind of busy at the moment, so...
In any case, my husband is set to get a promotion soon.
He is? If I'm not mistaken, isn't your husband the assistant manager of the General Affairs Department?
Yes, that's him. He has the highest position out of all the men currently living in the employee apartments. It's important to remember that sort of thing as a wife living there. I'm glad you seem to have done your homework.
But I have to say, I haven't heard anything about anyone being promoted anytime soon.
They probably just haven't made an official announcement.
Hey, Wendy, I'm sorry, but a meeting is about to start. I gotta go.
So anyway, I was planning to have a little celebration for my husband's promotion. It's going to be a surprise party, so make sure you don't say anything to him. We're going to have it at a Korean barbecue. There's an amazing place downtown near the station. All 30 people living in the employee apartments are going to come, so I decided to rent out the whole restaurant. And you'll be coming too. Since you're the newest tenant, this would be a great opportunity for you to build a good reputation, so I'm going to have you help out. Becky, are you there? Are you ignoring me? Unbelievable. I'm the leader of the wives group at this company. Who do you think you are ignoring my messages? I'm not going to let you disrespect me like this. Our kids even go to the same elementary school, Becky. That means we're both part of the same PTA organization. And guess what? I'm the leader of that PTA as well. Being at work is no excuse for shirking your responsibility to respond to me, Becky. This conversation has priority over everything else you're doing. Becky? I don't believe this. Have you no shame? You're going to pay for disrespecting me, Becky. You need to be taught a lesson about how things work around here. Hey, Becky. I don't believe you've ever told me anything about your husband's work at the company. Could you tell me about his department and position?
My husband? I don't see how that's any of your concern.
That explains everything. If you feel the need to hide it, he must be a low-level employee.
Listen, Wendy, I went so far as to step out of my meeting the other day because I felt bad about leaving you hanging like that. But I can't deal with long conversations like that while I'm at work.
Excuse me?
I can make exceptions for emergencies, but from now on, I won't be responding to any other kind of messages while I'm at work.
How dare you?
I have to go now. I'm just about to board a plane.
A plane? Why?
I'm leaving on an extended business trip, so I'll talk to you later.
That has nothing to do with me. So anyway, about the party for my husband I mentioned the other day, I went ahead and rented out the Korean barbecue just like I planned. We'll order a beer by the pitcher, so you'll be in charge of topping off everybody's drinks. The party is tomorrow. Be at the restaurant at 12, don't be late. And no, participation is not optional, especially not for you. So don't even think about giving me any excuses for not being able to come. Do I make myself clear? Becky, it's already noon. Where are you? I explicitly told you you were to be here on time. No excuses. Honestly, I expected you would do this. So here's what we'll do. We'll enjoy all the meat we can eat, and you can pay the bill. With 30 people, it should come to a few $1,000s. Oh, and they charge by the hour, and we're planning to be here a very long time. So, here's your choice. Either you get yourself to the restaurant this instant, or you pay the bill. We're going to go ahead and get the party started, so make your choice. One hour down. Becky, I hope you're not under the impression that I was joking when I said you were going to pay the bill. I was dead serious. I fully intend to have you pay for every cent of the bill for this party, whether it's $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000. I'm a woman of my word, Becky. Remember, every hour you're not here is one more hour that you'll have to pay for. I'd hurry up if I were you. At this rate, you're going to have to sell a kidney on the black market to pay it off. Maybe then you'll finally learn that you shouldn't cross me, the leader of the WISE group and the PTA. Well then, I think I'll go ahead and order myself another plate.
What the? Wendy? I've gotten like 50 notifications from you. What's going on?
Oh, hello, Becky. Would you mind explaining what you think you're doing, skipping my husband's promotion celebration party? I tried my best to teach you the ropes and explain how things work around here, Becky. If only you would have listened to my friendly advice, you wouldn't be in this awful situation you're in right now.
Situation?
We've all just spent 2 heavenly hours stuffing our faces with the finest meat money can buy. It was fantastic. The bill was $5,700. Will you be paying in cash or credit?
$5,700? How much meat did you eat?
Enough to feed 30 people.
Wait, there's no way all the wives from the apartment came.
Well, no, they didn't. 9 women from the wives group came, along with 11 of my underlings in the PTA. And also a few of my personal friends. There are also a few of their husbands here because they happen to have the day off.
That's quite a group.
And why wouldn't they come? After all, it's my husband's promotion. Now hurry up and get over here. We're leaving and you need to pay the bill.
I can't, I'm on a business trip.
What?
I told you I was going on an extended business trip last night, didn't I? I'm in the middle of work, Wendy. And I'm halfway across the country from you right now.
What? No! You're that far away? This isn't good. I need to call my husband.
Wait, the party is supposed to be a celebration of your husband's promotion and he's not even there?
He was supposed to come, but this morning he said something urgent came up.
He was probably moving out of the employee apartment building.
What? Why would he do a thing like that?
Well, probably because he got fired last month.
Fired?
Company policy says you have 30 days to leave the apartment after leaving the company, and I'm pretty sure his deadline was today.
But that can't...
Don't tell me he didn't tell you about that.
He said he was being promoted to manager this month.
Oh, that. Well, it got uncovered that he had worked his way up by taking credit for other people's work, so the promotion was rescinded.
That can't be.
At first, I thought a demotion and pay cut would be a reasonable punishment for him. But after holding hearings with other employees, we found out that we had only barely scratched the surface of his improprieties. For example, one of the most common complaints was the establishment of a strict hierarchy in the employee apartments.
Wait, what do you mean, we?
I was on an assignment from corporate headquarters to investigate the situation in the employee apartments as an undercover agent of sorts.
You were undercover?
I uncovered a litany of problems. But I never imagined that the actual root of the problem was you, Wendy. Do you know what your husband said to me? It was all Wendy's idea. I shouldn't have gone along with it. Getting fired has woken me up, and I'm going to work hard to turn my life around from now on. He was crying and everything. It was quite the scene.
Becky, who are you?
Ordinarily, I'm the manager of the sales department.
Wait, the manager of the sales department? Then you must be the current president's daughter and the projected next company president?
Yep, that's me.
But what about your husband?
My husband actually works for a completely different company.
I can't believe this. You deceived me. If you would have told me who you really were, I never would have treated you like one of my underlings.
Wendy, I think you have more important things to worry about than my identity right now.
What do you mean?
You still haven't paid the $5,700 bill, have you? You might want to get on that before the owner calls the police.
Oh, Becky, could you?
No, Wendy, no. Just no. Don't even bother asking.
Oh no, what am I going to do? Becky, this is terrible. The manager called the police on me, and my husband divorced me. He told me that he never wants to speak to me again, and that his lawyer will be contacting me soon. After getting fired, he decided to start a new life for himself, take over his parents' farm. The kids all moved away with him. I've never been anything but a housewife. I haven't even worked part-time since getting married. And I had to empty the small savings account I had from when I was single to pay the bill at the restaurant. So I can't even afford a half-decent lawyer. My husband's going to ruin me in the divorce. I asked my parents if I could live with them, but they said I only have 1 month to get a job and move out. Why is this happening to me? Hey, Becky, since you're going to be the next president, do you think you could lend me a hand? Becky! Don't ignore me at a time like this. Don't you feel at least a bit sorry for me?
That last flurry of messages was sent when I was in the middle of an important meeting. I've told her so many times that I don't answer messages while I'm at work. What does it take to get through to that woman? Her near-zero work experience has had a major impact on her job search. She shows up late, leaves early, talks back to her boss, demands a break every hour, and uses work computers to do online shopping while she's on the clock. She refuses to admit when she's in the wrong, so she hasn't lasted more than a month at any job she's managed to land. Since there's no one around her who can get her under control, her financial position got worse and worse until she finally had to go to loan sharks to make ends meet. When I think about it, this was really the inevitable conclusion to her story all along.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Becky! Are you really having a wedding ceremony? You have enough money for that? My husband makes good money. Do you want us to loan you some? Oh, but you probably wouldn't be able to pay it back. Yeah, forget what I said. You can't borrow any money.
We're more than capable of planning a ceremony within our means.
Really? You sure?
Kieran, I really don't know why you felt the need to have the same conversation with me every day, but being a two-income family does not make us poor. Some people like me have jobs they just like doing, even if their husband makes enough money to support the family by himself.
But my husband Kyle works at a huge company that pays him a ton of money, so I don't need to work. Why would you work if you don't have to? That just shows your husband doesn't make enough. I feel bad for you.
I'll thank you to not badmouth Trent to me. No matter what you may think, he's my husband and I'm proud to be his wife. Also, you really need to get with the times and realize that there's more than one way to make a marriage work these days. And you probably shouldn't make those kind of remarks to anyone.
Why not?
You're only going to embarrass yourself.
What's embarrassing about telling the truth?
Okay, well, don't blame me when you lose all your friends.
Oh, you're just jealous because you're dirt poor. I wonder what sort of wedding poor couples have. Oh, I can't wait.
You're unbelievable.
Hey, again, congratulations on your wedding. I hate to do this 1 minute before the service, but I decided not to go. Bye-bye.
Huh? Kieran, I wondered when you were going to show up, but now I see that you canceled. 1 minute before the service started? Geez, such odd timing. Almost seems intentional. Was this your plan all along?
Aren't you a smarty pants? Yep, that was the plan.
If you didn't want to come, you could have just said so from the start. I wasn't forcing you to come or anything.
But it was way funnier this way.
You think this is funny?
Oh, it is pretty funny, isn't it? Think about it. 1 minute before the service? It would have been better if you noticed sooner. Oh, that would have been awesome. I can just imagine the frustrated look on your face as you walk down the aisle. Oh, also, I didn't want to waste a gift on you.
What do you mean, waste?
You'd just pawn whatever we gave you to get money to pay your bills, wouldn't you? I'd feel kind of sad if the present we spent so much time and effort looking for ended up in some dirty pawn shop window. I'd rather just get something for myself or go on a group trip or something. And so, I'm going on a trip right now.
Good for you.
So we won't be coming to the wedding.
Whatever, have fun.
Ooh, somebody's angry.
If that's how you would have acted, I'm actually really glad you didn't come.
Hope you don't get too sad about us not giving you a present.
We already have everything we need in-house and didn't expect a gift from you or anyone else.
Oh, wow. How much did you have to borrow to buy all that stuff?
Nothing.
So you stole it.
The reception is starting. I'm gonna go now.
Enjoy the hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. Hey, Becky, you there?
Kieran? What do you want now?
Is the wedding over?
Of course it is. It's been over for hours now.
Oh, I didn't make it. But there's an after party, right?
Yeah. But I doubt you'd be interested, us being revolting peasants and all.
Ugh, are you still mad about that? Anyway, we came back for the party.
Why?
Sisters don't keep secrets, Becky. Why didn't you tell me your husband was a famous YouTuber?
How did you...
Aunt Grace posted a picture on social media.
No, I'm pretty sure I've told you about him before.
No, you didn't. He doesn't use his real name on his channel. I had no idea.
A lot of artists use stage names. His offline personality is way different from his videos, so a lot of people he meets never even notice who he is.
A bunch of his big YouTuber friends are there too. It's all over social media. I want to meet them too. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Oh, and Kyle is a big fan of your husband's. Can he get an autograph? I just subscribed to his channel too, so after he signs one for Kyle, I want my own autograph. Oh, and I want him to sign it, the lovely Kieran.
You're unreal.
So, where's the party?
You're not invited.
Huh?
Do you think I would just say, sure, Becky, come on over, after you belittled me like that? You canceled on the wedding a minute before it started. Mom and Dad are furious, and so are Trent's parents. Everyone knows what you said to me. Fortunately, they don't hold your atrocious behavior against me at all. But do you have any idea how much you've hurt us all today?
What's your problem? We're here now, aren't we? Can't we just let bygones be bygones?
No, you idiot.
Why not?
Because you're awful, that's why.
I want to come to the party. I can't miss this chance to meet so many famous people.
My wedding isn't a meet and greet.
Ugh, would you grow up already? Tell me where the party is.
Never.
Come on.
Go home.
You're so mean. Kyle got fired.
Huh?
It's all your fault, Becky.
What are you talking about?
Ever since Trent banned Kyle from his live shows, Kyle's been in a massive depression. He started taking time off of work, but I guess he forgot to call into his company, so they fired him for consecutive no-shows.
Oh, the ban. That's what this is about.
Why did he get banned? Kyle is Trent's biggest fan, and now they're brothers-in-law. Trent can't ban his own brother-in-law.
I heard what happened from Trent. Kyle name-dropped Trent to try to get into the venue without a ticket, and when that didn't work, he tried to force his way in. The venue security tried to restrain him, and he went crazy, so they had to call the cops. How could he not get banned after that? He has only himself to blame.
But why did he have to get fired?
Isn't it obvious? Everyone knows that you have to call into work when you take time off. Most companies have rules about no-shows like that.
But he's super sad. Shouldn't they give him a break given the circumstances?
Nope.
Really?
You never had a job in your life, so you may not know this, but the real world isn't a very forgiving place. Also, if Kyle wasn't feeling up to calling in sick himself, you could have called in for him since you're his wife and all. Didn't you think about that?
Why would I have to do it for him?
So you didn't then.
Are you saying this is my fault?
You can interpret it however you want, but I've got to get back to work. I have a ton left to do before I can go home today.
Oh, that's right. A job.
What now?
Get your company to give Kyle a job.
What?
I heard you actually work for a pretty big company, so...
Tell him to look in the help wanted ads.
Why would he do that when he has a connection like you?
What kind of power do you think I have here? I'm just a regular employee.
But...
Not to mention, Kyle was dead weight at his old company.
Dead weight?
One of my friends I invited to the wedding works at the same company. He told me all about Kyle. Even if I were in the position to be able to get someone hired into the company on my recommendation, I wouldn't ruin my reputation by recommending Kyle.
That's not fair. If Kyle doesn't have a job, what am I gonna do? I'm a housewife.
How about you work until Kyle finds a new job?
Me? Why would I do that? I got married so I wouldn't have to work. That was one of my conditions when I agreed to marry Kyle. So I'm not gonna work, no way.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun being broke then.
No! That's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I need your help, Becky.
Kieran, let me be very, very clear. I would never in a million years lift a single finger to help someone who insulted my beloved husband and me.
Please?
You and Kyle are gonna have to figure this out yourselves somehow. That's what couples do.
Becky?
Welcome to the real world. Figure it out yourself and get a job, you moocher.
Becky, please.
The more desperate you become for my help, the less likely I will ever help you.
You really won't help me?
Mom and Dad feel the same way, so don't go crawling to them asking to move in with them. You're on your own.
There goes plan B. Why are you doing this? Why are you making me get a job?
Because you're a lazy, spoiled brat.
Come on, can't you give me anything at all?
I have nothing more to say to you.
Becky, don't go! Please, Becky, I don't want to have to work.
Their impending bankruptcy must have gotten Kyle to come back to his senses, because he immediately started looking for work. Unfortunately, word of his repeated no-shows got around, so finding a place that would take him proved difficult. He eventually landed a part-time job at a supermarket and is aiming to work his way up to store manager. Kieran isn't satisfied with his drastically reduced pay and constantly nagged him to make more money. Kyle got tired of her refusal to work, so he threatened to divorce her unless she got a job. Kieran called his bluff and said, "You wouldn't dare." But guess what? He dared. She tried to come crying to me for help again when the divorce was finalized, but I ignored her. It seems like she came to her senses too, and she's currently working the night shift cleaning the floors at a local dive bar. I'm glad to see she's at least taken her first step toward being a normal adult human being, but we'll see how long she lasts.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ginny, you're late again. Just how many times are you going to let this happen, huh? I don't get how you're supposed to find any joy in life if all you're doing is working all the time. You need to get your priorities straight. Got it? Mom, are we really going to have to do this whole song and dance again? You do remember that we talked about this, right? I told you that this time of the year is really busy at my work and that there are going to be days when I come home late. Besides, I actually really like my job and it makes me feel fulfilled. So I really don't mind the extended hours as much as you might think. You like your job? It makes you feel fulfilled? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Because if it's not, and that's really true, then that is just sad, Ginny. Why don't you go out and try making some friends instead, huh? I really don't think it's sad at all. I really enjoy the work, which is what I end up doing every day anyways. I think I'm lucky to have found a job that makes me feel this way. And besides, I do have friends, thank you very much. And on top of that, I have a boyfriend too. All I happen to be doing for now, though, is concentrating on my job since there's so much to be done. And I would really appreciate if you would let me concentrate on my job without making me feel bad about it. You really want to focus on your job right now? Are you serious? Why? What is even the point of doing something like that? Let's get one thing straight, Ginny. You're a woman. That means you have 2 jobs: clean the house and have kids. How about you try focusing instead on those, huh? I think that if you did that, then you would be a lot happier than you are right now. Well, Mom, I'm really sorry to disagree with you, but I think that we're just from 2 different times. Things change, and if women want to go out and work, they can do that. If they want to have kids, they can do that too. The important thing is that women have the ability to make those choices by themselves. You think women have the right to choose how to live their own lives? And you really think that that's going to make a woman happy? Now I know that you have no idea what you're talking about. That is just delusional. You are doing nothing but lying to yourself by saying that. It's just ridiculous. Aren't you jealous of your little sister? She's been married for years, and just look at her life. Surely you must want a little bit of that, right? Don't you want to get married and have kids? It's all the rage now. I think it's super trendy for young folks like your sister. Mom, I am very happy that Samantha is content with her life. She's my sister, and I love her, but I do not need to follow in her footsteps. I would rather go out and find my own way through this world. Your own way? Who in the world even talks like that? You really are crazy. I just don't know where I went wrong with you. I mean, your sister is doing so well, and you, well, you're just not. You know what, Mom? I really don't need you to understand my choice in life for me to be happy, okay? And just what is that supposed to mean? You think my opinion doesn't matter at all? That's not what I said, but I don't think that you have any intention of trying to see things my way. I know that you and Dad are divorced, but you two are still so similar with how controlling over people's lives you try to be. Well, while other people may be willing to put up with that from you, but not me. So stop telling me how to live my life. Do you think you're cool for doing this? That you're some kind of rebel? You're not cool at all. The only hip one here is your little sister. Hey, Samantha, how have you been? Are you doing well? I've been thinking a lot about you. I was just wondering how that little bun in the oven you have is treating you. Has it started moving? You must just be so excited about this, right?
Hi, Mom. I'm doing well and feeling good too, thank you. And yes, I actually just felt it move the other day. It was so amazing.
Oh, really? You did? Well, that's just wonderful. I can't believe this is all happening so fast. You're going to be a mother soon, can you believe it? By the way, I was just curious when you were going to come back home to have your baby. Have you set a date for when you're going to arrive?
Sorry, what do you mean by that? I'm a little confused.
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, when are you going to come to my house to have your baby?
Oh, right. Well, the thing is that I was actually thinking that I would go to my husband's parents' house instead to do it.
Oh, really? But why would you want to go and do something like that? I mean, I'm your mother. You should be doing it at my house with me.
I know, and I really would like to, but it's just that you live so far away, and getting there would be really difficult, I think. I just would hate to do anything that made the baby or myself too uncomfortable, you know?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I can just pick you up and drive you back to my place. You won't have to worry about a single thing while you're here with me.
Mom, I really am sorry, but even then, that's 3 hours sitting in the car. I just don't know if I can stand not being able to move for that long.
Oh, don't worry about that either. We can just take little breaks along the way. It'll be like a little road trip for you and the little one.
Mom, I get that you really want this to happen, but I'm pretty far along in my pregnancy, and I get queasy really, really easily. I know that you mean well, but I think that I'd rather just stay here to have the baby if that's all the same to you.
Samantha, you can't be serious about this. Did I do something to make you hate me or something? How could you be treating your own mother like this?
You know that it's not anything like that at all. It really is just a matter of convenience. Greg's family lives around here, and it would be just easier for me to go to her. Besides, they've offered to help with anything I might need as well. I'll be in good hands, so you have nothing to worry about at all.
Well, okay, if you're really going to do it there, then maybe I can go over and be with you until you have your baby.
But Mom, don't you work? I know that it's just a part-time job, but I really don't want you to quit just for this.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I quit my job a long time ago, actually.
Wait, what? You did? I didn't know that.
But of course, I quit my job so to get ready to take care of you full-time while you were having your baby.
Mom, you didn't really go and do something like that, did you?
That's way too much. Samantha, you are my daughter, and I would do anything for you in this important time of your life. I'm not worried one bit about the job. I'm only worried about you. Do you understand?
Mom, please. I know that you want to be there, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. But at the end of the day, these kinds of decisions are going to be between Greg and I.
But that isn't fair! You don't live here anymore, so how am I even supposed to know what you've decided amongst yourselves? I did all of this for you, and now you're telling me that it was actually all for nothing? I quit my job just to be there for you when you would need me. I wanted to be by your side when you have your baby, and I could see my grandchild for the first time in my life. Is that really so awful?
Of course not. It's not awful at all. I just wish that you would have communicated with us a bit more before you did all this. But I promise that the moment I have the baby, you are going to be the first person that I send pictures to.
I don't want a picture of the baby. I want to see the real thing in person. I gave birth to you, and I want to be there when you give birth as well. Don't forget that it's not just your child, it's my grandchild as well. I have rights too, you know.
Okay, Mom, I think we need to just calm down a little bit.
Oh, I am very calm now, thanks to you. Let me make myself clear. I am your mother, and you are going to come back to my house to have your baby, and that is going to be the end of the discussion. And if you continue to argue with me, then that just makes you an ungrateful and disobedient little brat. Do you understand me? Do as I say, or I will see to it that your marriage doesn't last long after you have your child.
Hey, Jenny, are you there? I really need to talk to you about Mom. I think she's been acting really strangely lately, and I just really need someone to talk to about this right now.
Oh, Samantha, lovely hearing from you. What has Mom been doing that's got you so upset, though?
Well, she keeps insisting, demanding, really, that I go to her house to have my baby. And when I told her that I had made other arrangements, she got really mad at me. Yeah, I guess that she really wants it to happen, and I just don't think I've ever gotten such angry texts from her in the past.
Oh, wow. That sounds like so much to deal with when you're already going through a lot. Where are you right now? Maybe we can meet up and talk about this in person if you have the time.
I'm actually at Greg's parents' house right now. I told Greg all about what happened, and he brought me to their house for the time being. Both his parents have been so nice and caring and said that they would do whatever they could to make sure that I had this baby safely.
Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad to hear that you're in a safe place with so many supportive people around you. And more than anything, I'm glad you're in a place where you can be safe from Mom. Speaking of, have you heard from her since you last talked? Did she say she was going to do anything?
No, she hasn't told me anything, and I have no idea what she might do about all this. I tried calling her after she texted me because I thought that maybe there was just some miscommunication or something. I tried it a few times actually, but she never picked up her phone.
I see. I wonder what that woman could be up to.
Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm messaging you right now. I was wondering if you'd seen her do anything strange or out of the ordinary.
I'm really sorry, Samantha, but I haven't really seen much of her lately. We've entered into the busy season at my work, so I've been coming home late every night and haven't had a chance to check up on her. Even now, I'm still on the metro on my way home.
Oh, right. Well, that makes sense. Nothing that can really be done about that, I suppose. I'm just really worried about what Mom might be up to. I really don't think that I've ever seen her this upset with me, and I'm really nervous.
I know that Mom can be scary at times, trust me. But I think you have to remember that she's probably just worried about you. You know how much Mom loves you. I think she just wants to be there for you.
I know that, but you don't know how hard that kind of pressure can be sometimes. She is always trying to be part of my life and is always trying to guide my actions. Part of the whole reason why I wanted to get married and move out was because I wanted to get away from that. Why do you think I ended up moving so far away from home?
Oh, I see. I guess that I never really thought about it in that way. I'm sorry that you've had these feelings this whole time and I never noticed.
I know that to you it must just seem like Mom is really worried about me and is doing all this because she's thinking of me. But what that means for me is that Mom is going to try and take control of my life again, and if I don't do as she says, then she'll get really mad at me.
Oh, Samantha, thank you so much for talking to me about this. I really do wish I could give you a big hug right now. But I think what matters most is that you don't stress yourself given that you're pregnant. And maybe you can relax a little knowing that it sounds like you're surrounded by people who really care for you and who just want you to do this safely. You have much bigger things to worry about than whatever it is that Mom might be doing.
Right. Now that's a good point. I'll try and calm down and remember that I'm in a safe place right now. But that reminds me, actually. What about you, Ginny? Are you okay with how things are going over there? Mom told me that she quit her job because she assumed that I was going to be going back home to have my kid. I was just worrying about the two of you since you live together and all. I mean, are you two going to be all right financially since you're the only one working now? I would hate for you to get into trouble or something that Mom decided to do for my sake.
Oh, right. Mom actually quit her job about a year ago or something like that. She was always getting into fights with her boss, and one day everything just blew up and she stormed out of there. She hasn't had a job ever since then. All she does is hang out at home, really.
Oh, wow. I had no idea that happened. What are you going to do with that woman?
I mean, that's part of the reason why I haven't moved out of the house myself. I just worry about what kind of trouble that Mom might get into if she's left to her own devices. So I'm partially here to keep an eye on her when I'm able to.
Oh, right. I remember how the neighbors used to talk about our family, especially when Dad was still home and him and Mom would scream at each other in the house. I remember neighbors coming up to me in the streets and asking if I was okay. Or there was that one time that Mom kept trying to set me up with that boy who lives a few blocks away, and then when she finally brought him over, Dad got into a huge fight with him.
Yeah, I really try not to think about that time at all, if I'm being honest.
There were so many things that happened, it's hard for me to remember them at times.
I know. If only there was something we could do about Mom, though. I mean, my boyfriend and I have been talking about getting married for a long time, but I just don't know how it's going to work out with all this.
Ginny, I didn't know that you were putting your life on pause just to deal with Mom.
No. My problems really don't matter right now. We need to focus on you, Samantha.
You can complain, though. I know that as my older sister, you were always putting on a brave face so that I wouldn't get scared when our parents fought. but I know that you've been through a lot too. You know, maybe if we can't think of what to do, we could go and talk to our uncle about how to handle Mom.
You really think that's a good idea, Sam?
Well, he did tell us that we could call him if we ever needed anything or were in trouble, remember? Of course, that was 5 years ago when Mom and Dad split up, but I'm sure he would still be there for us.
Our Uncle David. I never thought to try asking him for any help with this. Yeah, I understand why. We both know that him and Mom don't really talk about that much these days, but still, it might be worth it. I mean, who better than her brother is going to know how Mom works and what she might be planning? And one more thing, can you please tell your boyfriend that I'm sorry our family drama has affected him as well? Oh, trust me, I tell him that quite often myself. But I think you're on to something about Uncle David. I'll reach out to him and see what he thinks. Ginny, do you realize that you're keeping your sister from coming to the house to have her baby? Sorry, what? I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, Mom. Don't you play stupid with me, young lady. I know that there's no way that girl isn't just ignoring what I tell her on her own. Unlike you, she's a good girl. So then, just what are you trying to say right now? I mean that you must have something to do with this. Your little sister never disobeys me, and yet when I ask her to come and have her baby here, she says no. I thought she was going to be the daughter that I lived with in my old age, not you. But now she lives a whole 3-hour drive away and hardly comes to visit ever. It's clear that you must be jealous that your sister is so much better than you and you're doing something to keep her away. Well, I'm not going to stand for that. You can't keep your sister from having her baby here. So, if you're not going to be giving me any grandchildren, then you can at least make room for the child that will. Now hold on just a minute. Where is all this coming from? Do you have any proof at all of what you're saying? Oh, please. You still aren't even married. You have no boyfriend. You're still focusing on your career. No matter what you think about it, you are not going to be giving me any grandchildren anytime soon. All you do is care about yourself and your career. You don't care at all what I think, even though I'm your mother. Well, you make it sound as if you think I physically can't have kids on my own, and that isn't true. And I've already told you over and over again that I do have a boyfriend. But more than that, I don't appreciate at all how you're trying to blame Samantha not wanting to come home and have her baby here on me. If you must know, that is something that Samantha decided for herself. What are you talking about? That girl has never made a decision that she doesn't seek approval from me first. I know that you must be lying about that. I figured you would say something like that, Mom, but I think that you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. For example, did you know that the head obstetrician at the closest hospital where Sam could give birth is her sister-in-law? What do you mean? I mean that Greg's older sister works at the hospital and is going to be the one that delivers Sam's baby. Sam just feels safer and like she would have access to more people who care about her and can help guide her through this part of her life. That's the reason why she isn't coming home to have her baby. But then, I still don't get it. Why doesn't she want me to go out there and be with her as well? Well, it was because she didn't want you quitting your job just to be with her when she's already had so much support. She had no idea that you had already quit. But now that she knows, surely it's fine if I go over and be there for her, right? I can spend the night at Greg's parents' place and help out when the time comes, right? But you don't even know where they live, right? Well, surely you can tell me where they live and then I'll just go over there, right? I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm not going to tell you what their address is. It's not really my place to give that information out, and if you don't have it yet, you might not be meant to have it. I don't really want to put myself in Greg's family's bad graces. You what? You can't be serious. How dare you do this to me? Mom, I think you'd need to realize that your presence can be a bit of a stress trigger for Sam, and I don't think she wants you there. Anyways, this conversation is just going in circles, so I'm gonna go now. But please, just think about what I've said, okay? Samantha, you answer the phone right now! Why aren't any of these messages I'm sending to you coming up as read? I know that you can't be busy. You're very pregnant and should be resting right now. So if you have so much free time, I want to know why you're not talking to me. Please, Sam, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to get that upset, but I'm just worried about you, sweetie. You know that I only have your interest at heart. Please, Sam, won't you come home? I miss seeing my daughter so much. I want to see my grandbaby. Is that really such an awful thing to want? Samantha! Answer me this instant, young lady. You do not ignore your mother. Do you understand me? You know that you're the only thing I really care about in this world. Why won't you answer me? Samantha, pick up the phone right now.
Oh my gosh, Ginny. I have something like 200 missed notifications from Mom.
I literally just told her that she needed to think about stressing you out. What in the world is she thinking?
I couldn't calm myself down at all watching my phone buzz all night. I tried putting it on silent, but it kept lighting up all the time. I finally had to block Mom's number.
Well, you only have a couple of weeks before the little one's due date, right? Just hold on till then and don't unblock her. I've had just about enough out of Mom, and I'm going to handle this myself. Ginny, just what is going on here, huh? I woke up this morning and you were gone. What are you doing right now? And why did my brother show up here? He said he was here to pick me up. Just what is going on, huh? So then Uncle David finally arrived? I just told you he did, but I want to know what he's doing here. You know that him and I don't get along. We haven't talked in forever, so what is he doing here? Well, I asked him to come and deal with you since I'm getting married and don't have time for you anymore. Wait, what? What on earth are you talking about? I don't understand. Well, I kind of just spelled it out for you, so... You're really getting married? You expect me to believe that? There's no way that's true. You don't even have a boyfriend. Well then, I guess I'm not sure whose bride I just registered myself as at the courthouse. Anyways, we're going to move in together and I'm going to cancel the lease for the house. No, hold on! You can't do that! That isn't fair! Well, it's like Uncle Brian says, right? If you don't work, you don't eat. But don't worry, I talked to him and he agreed to give you a job at his printing shop. A job? You expect me to go back to work at my age? I don't expect anything from you, actually, but I do know that I probably won't see you again until it's your funeral. Goodbye, Mom. I took a page out of Samantha's book and blocked Mom's number before she could blow up my phone with angry messages and voicemails. I almost didn't, but when I was talking to my uncle, he told me that I wouldn't be truly free until I severed all ties from Mom. I know that seems excessive, but I'd already given up so many years of my life to dealing with her. I know that some people may think I'm being selfish, but sometimes that's how people need to act to protect themselves. Anyways, now I'm living with my husband, and we're planning for our wedding. Meanwhile, my mom had no choice but to move back into her brother's, whose print shop she now works at. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Melissa, I want a divorce.
Huh? What's wrong with you, Ben? What are you talking about? You're gone for 3 days and then you finally contact me. And that's what you say?
I was racking my brain over this the whole time. I had to be true to myself, but then again, if I say it, there is no turning back. But I finally made up my mind, and before I lose confidence in myself again, I decided to come right out and say it.
Oh, yeah. So why? What's the reason for this sudden life-altering decision?
Yeah. Well, there's this girl. And I kind of like her. No, I love her and I want to marry her, so her name is...
Tammy, right?
Huh? Why did you...
You're really dense, aren't you? I knew a long time ago that you and my little sister Tammy were sneaking around behind my back. I wanted definite proof, so I even hired a private investigator to check you guys out.
Huh? But how? Where did we screw up?
Actually, it was pretty easy. Tammy wasn't really discreet about the relationship. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure she wanted me to find out.
You're not serious.
She would upload photos to Instagram, sort of hinting at the relationship. You should check it out for yourself.
Hinting? What do you mean? I saw those photos. There is nothing outrageous.
Look a little closer. There are little messages in there. There's one where you turn it upside down and it reads, "I love Ben." Just the other day, she uploaded a photo with the caption, "Dinner with my boo," and I could see her reflection in the wine glass.
Holy crap! Are you serious?
Like I said, I hired a private investigator to check you guys out and to collect all the evidence. I'll give you that divorce, but you will pay for it. Literally.
Pay for it? You mean pay compensation?
Bingo! If you were racking your brains to finally come to a decision, you must have thought about that.
But Tammy said, you being her sister, she was sure that you would not go that far. They wouldn't demand compensation.
Sorry to disappoint you, Ben. Reality is a bitch. My lawyer will draw up papers for the compensation demand. It makes no difference if you're family or not. You have to face up to the consequences. You're living at Tammy's place now, right? I probably won't get much out of you with your meager salary. But my lawyer will be visiting you, so I suggest you take his advice. Or this thing will go to court and it will just cost you more time and money, and less time with your beloved Tammy. I urge you to do the right thing.
Hey sis, how are ya? Did you get a call from Ben yesterday? You knew about the divorce. Shocker, huh? So, did you think about it? When did you decide this is gonna happen? Sooner the better.
You're being a bit hasty, don't you think? You can't make a decision about these things in a day or two. It's more complicated than that.
All you have to do is sign the divorce papers and submit them. That's it, right? What's so hard about that? Doesn't seem too complicated to me. You're just dragging your heels. You don't want this divorce. He doesn't love you anymore. Just give it up for God's sake.
Am I experiencing deja vu? A repeat of yesterday?
What are you talking about?
Compensation.
Huh?
You guys are planning to blow everything open one of these days anyway. I'm sure you thought about compensation. That's what a husband usually does when he cheats on his wife.
Oh, come on, Melissa. Are you serious? You're going to demand money from your own sister?
Reality is a bitch. Sister or ex-husband, demanding compensation in such matters, it makes not difference at all.
Am I hearing you right? I'm your own flesh and blood, for God's sake.
You guys went behind my back and had an affair. Legally, you're obligated to pay up. Family or otherwise, life's a bitch.
Yeah, you already said that. All right. Ben will probably work things out anyway. Have it your way.
My lawyer will be visiting you guys soon, so I will expect full compensation for stealing my husband away from me.
Hey sis, Tammy here. Hey, the compensation was deposited into your bank account already, right?
Yeah, I confirmed it yesterday, so I submitted the divorce papers right after that.
Great, thanks for that. You know what? We already submitted our marriage registration at City Hall today.
Wow, that was fast.
Not fast enough. I wanted to be Ben's wife for so long, and that day has finally come. I'm ecstatic. Boy, oh boy, you don't know how happy I am. This is a dream come true for me.
I'm actually grateful. There was no need to take this to court. That would have been a complete hassle, to be honest.
Huh? Court? What are you talking about?
Nothing that complicated. Actually, I was thinking of divorcing Ben way before you guys started seeing each other. But if he refused when we had to go to court, it would have taken time and money. It would have been one big hassle. But just my luck, you guys started to see each other behind my back, and eventually Ben came to me begging for a divorce. Man, what a stroke of luck.
Oh, really? Actually, you sound more like a sore loser to me.
Can I ask you something, Tammy?
What? I'm actually feeling great now, so yeah, ask away.
What was so great about Ben? What was it that attracted you to him? Seriously, I really want to know.
Huh? Well, it was...
It may seem kind of strange for me to say. After all, I was married to him, but seeing all your past boyfriends, Ben just didn't seem the type that you would be attracted to.
Oh my god, Melissa, never thought I'd see the day that you'd be so totally defeated.
Defeated?
I mean, you make him sound so disagreeable. He's actually a really cool guy. Very reliable if you get my meaning. You're like a dog with its tail between its legs, scampering away.
Okay, I see. Well, I got what I wanted, so I have no complaints. All that's left is for him to gather up his things here and move out. Then we are completely done.
Huh? Hold on a second, Melissa. It's you that has to gather up your things.
Huh? Now why would I do that?
Come on, sis. That house. Ben bought that house, right? It's in his name, right? The house is way too big for you alone. A nice little 5-bedroom house with a garden and a patio. What I've always wanted. I plan to have Mom and Dad live there with us, so we're getting ready to move in, so I would appreciate that you move out as soon as possible. As you know, Mom and Dad don't get along with you, so no way we can all live together. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, Mom and Dad have always been on your side. I hated that environment growing up, and that's why I left home after graduating from high school.
Yeah, so you're aware of the situation, so I need you out of that house as soon as possible.
But you're forgetting one important fact. This house, it belongs to a friend of mine, a married couple I'm very friendly with.
Huh? What the hell are you blabbering on about?
My friends are currently stationed overseas. They are stationed over there for 3 years, so they asked me to look after their home until they return. But they're scheduled to return in 2 weeks, so I'm currently getting ready to move out.
Hold it a sec. Wait, what?
When Ben and I got married 2 years ago, he was well aware of the fact.
You're kidding me!
Hey, Melissa. Please pick up. Let's get back together. Please. I told Tammy and her parents that my part-time job paid $1,200 a month. They almost crucified me.
Wow, I saw it coming, but that was fast.
They all thought I was a full-time worker at that office. And at that house that your friend owns. They thought it was mine. That I inherited it or something. I don't know where the hell they got that idea. That house is huge. They figured I must have a good paying job to be able to afford such a house.
Boy, you really haven't changed.
This isn't funny! What am I going to do? After that, they made me sign the divorce papers and kicked me out of the house. I'm sitting in the park by the school now. What am I going to do? Could you come pick me up? Please, Melissa. I have no one to turn to.
The park by the school? That's right near where my folks and Tammy live. No way I'm going down there. I really don't want to be anywhere near them.
My folks live really far away. Besides, after I said I was going to divorce you, they cut ties with me. They said they never want to see me again. I have nowhere to go. I'm going to have to sleep right here in this park.
There's a Days Inn down the block. Get a room there.
I would, but I have no money.
Huh?
I quit my part-time job yesterday.
Wait a sec. You quit? Why'd you go and do that?
Well, Tammy said we would be living with her parents once we got married, so I figured she meant she wanted me to live with her folks at their home. If I was to live at their house, well, it takes more than an hour to my job, so I thought I would look for a job closer by. But they were getting all packed and ready to go to that house, the one your friend owns. They told me that the house they were living in was only a rental, and they terminated the lease on both the house and Timmy's apartment. Today.
Okay, let me get this straight. You thought you were going to live with them, and they thought they were going to live with you. Got your wires all crossed. Now you guys have nowhere to live. That about right?
I paid your compensation as the lawyer instructed. Otherwise, it would go to court, and I don't have any money to hire a lawyer. How did I even get myself into this mess? The only option I have left is to get back together with you.
You're not serious. Not on your life.
Huh? But I have nothing.
Now that it's all come to this, ever since the company you worked for went bankrupt, you've been content with that part-time job, not bothering to look for a real job. My take-home pay was way better than yours. You treated me as if I was your ATM machine. Always asking for handouts. I was getting sick and tired of it. I wanted to divorce you even before I found out you were cheating on me.
Please, give me another chance. I'll look for a full-time job right away, so please help me out here.
A little late for that, don't you think? I never want to see you again. See ya!
Please, Melissa, don't abandon me. I'm sorry.
Melissa, you there? You said you were moving out of that house. Where are you going? Give me the address right away.
Excuse me? I have no reason to tell you. Why would I even tell you guys?
If you don't tell us, what are we supposed to do? Sleep in the park?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really have to go.
We were planning on living in that house. We already terminated our lease on the house and I moved out of my apartment last week. So we have nowhere to go. So the only place we have left is to live at your new place. So come on, give me your address.
That's not going to happen.
Huh? Why is that? I can't believe you. Your family's in trouble and you're not going to give us a helping hand? You're cruel.
You really think I'm going to help a sister who stole my husband and my so-called parents who encouraged her? Who in their right mind would help people like you? Family or otherwise. Anyway, we cut all family ties, right? You people mean nothing to me.
Okay, then I will reinstate you as a family member. How's that? We could be one big family again. So tell us where you're moving to.
Sorry, but I would rather you not reinstate me. I have no intention of being part of this so-called one big family.
Huh? But...
Besides, the place I'm moving to is my company dormitory. I can't have strangers sleeping over.
Huh? A company dorm?
Yeah, it's a woman's only dorm. There are strict rules, especially regarding unauthorized people living there. There's a custodian in the lobby that checks employee IDs.
What? When did all this happen? Why you? Why do you get special treatment? What about us?
What's the problem? Just find another place to live. Lease a house or get an apartment somewhere. Maybe you can get Dad to ask his company. I'm sure they have employee apartments, temporarily even. He should get advice from his company. I'm sure they'll help him out somehow. Mine did.
Dad quit his job last month.
Excuse me?
He thought Ben was making loads of money, so he figured Ben would support him and we could live in that big house. He didn't think it was necessary to work anymore, so he retired early. He got a paltry retirement pay, but after paying you, well, there was not much left.
My God, you guys really screwed things up.
What am I gonna do, Melissa? Please help us out. It's the least you can do.
Please, don't come begging to me for help.
Huh?
I will say this one last time. I have no intention of continuing any family relationship with a sister who stole my husband and parents who backed her up. I have no family. Simple as that.
Come on, please, Melissa. We're family. Don't abandon us.
After that conversation, I thought that was the end of it, but the next day, my sister and my parents came barging into my office demanding to see me. Fortunately, I was not there. I retired from that company years ago. That was my old place of employment, but they still accused the receptionist of lying and insisted that she bring me out. They continued in this vein for hours until the police were eventually called. A relative was finally located and had to come to the police station to bail them out. They reluctantly returned to this relative's small farmhouse in the countryside. The relative's house is quite a distance away, so I will probably never see them again. As for Ben, he talked his way into a friend's place for a few nights, which apparently turned into a few weeks. On top of that, his friend borrowed money in his name and, one day, just up and disappeared, leaving him holding the bag. Well, he ended up being in debt to some scary people. I hear he's working his butt off at one of their warehouses somewhere. Not a very promising environment to be in. I would hate to be in his shoes. He's still young. Maybe he'll make it out alive.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.